Here's a quick update on the weather across the northern North America area, southern Canada, these areas. Let's take a look at what we got going here. We got a tornado watch for the Carolinas and northern Florida. The system is moving out from the southwest to northeast across this area. We could see some thunderstorms that produce tornadoes across the area, and that's why we have this tornado watch box from Savannah, just south of Columbia, over to just north of Jacksonville. And this system will continue to move towards the northeast. Now, so let's take a look at the northeast, actually. Right now we've got some overrunning rain across the warm front, and this is continuing to move across the area, and we have some winter weather advisories up in here in Vermont and New Hampshire, up towards Massachusetts, up into Maine. And the system will continue to progress off towards the northeast here. We have winter storm watches here across southeastern Nebraska, most of Iowa, here in northeastern Kansas, and heading up towards Wisconsin. This is a stripe of snow that we're going to continue to get as we get on into the day 2 and day 3 of the forecast period across mainly Tuesday night through Thursday evening as the system ramps up across the area. And we're going to see that system ramp up across the area, and it's going to produce rain in the east and snow across the Midwest here. Here across the Rockies, we've got some systems going through. That's why we have winter storm warnings for mainly above 3,500 to 4,000 feet. And here in the Pacific Northwest, we're going to continue to see a good deal of moisture continuing to come on in, and this is where we're going to see some good rainfall totals and good snowfall totals on the order of 1 to 3 feet in the higher elevations, with upwards of a couple inches of rain in the valleys. Let's take a look at what we've got going here across here in Texas. This area that's all in yellow here is a child abduction emergency, so that's why the entire state of Texas is under that at the current time. If you were wondering why there's such a huge shading of yellow here, that's what that means. So let's take a look at what we've got going across the rest of the country here for precipitation amounts across the northeast to upwards of 1 to 3 inches of rain across to upstate New York, northern New England, and of course some of that will be frozen up here in New Hampshire, Vermont, and Maine on the order. And across to the Pacific Northwest, this is where we've got 2 to 3 inches of rain moving in, upwards of locally 4 inches across the Portland to Seattle areas. So let's take a look at what we've got going across for snowfall amounts. This snowfall amounts is for mainly the upper Midwest here, and of course the northern New England areas. Northern New England could see 1 to 3, 2 to 4 inches of snow with some ice pellets mixed in, sleet, freezing rain possibility. But it's here across the midsection, across southeastern Nebraska, northeastern Kansas, up through Wisconsin, and just north of Green Bay, north of Chicago. These are the areas that are going to get upwards of, say, 6 to as much as 8 inches of snow on average across this general area. And we'll continue to watch that as we move into your Wednesday or late Tuesday and into early Wednesday across this area. And across the east, we'll continue to see some rain across New York and Pennsylvania here, New Jersey, the Mid-Atlantic. We'll continue to see rain. We're not looking at a very white Christmas. And here in the Pacific Northwest, that's where the, back here is where the snowfall amounts will be, but in the higher elevations. So, we're going to take a look at the NAO index. We're going positive. Models take it and continue it positive. What's that mean for a white Christmas? It means basically if you live in the upper Midwest, it's a good chance of a white Christmas. Here in the east, we're not looking at a very good chance of a white Christmas. Here's why. Let's take it the Euro, for instance. The Euro is continuing to show possible coastal development for Christmas Day. I throw that model right out. That model doesn't mean any merit to me. Punch it right out of the picture. So, what are we left with? We're left with the GFS here, and we're going to continue to follow a low that's going to track up the Ohio Valley. This is actually the system that we're looking at for, say, the 18th through the 20th here. It's going to move right up through the Ohio Valley, spread rain in the east, and snow on the backside across those areas like Omaha, Sioux City, on up to Rochester, and extending just southeast of Minneapolis, just north of Green Bay. These areas, the upper UP of Michigan, and heading up into the southeastern Ontario and southeastern Quebec areas. This is where we could see upwards of, say, 6 to 8 inches of snow, which is borderline 30 centimeters of snow that we're looking at. So let's take a look at what we've got going here for the other areas, considering portions of the area through Christmas Day. Let's take a look at that. The Euro, that's the Euro model that I've thrown out. The GFS takes the system right up through the Great Lakes, spreading shield of rain across the East Coast. Snow on the backside, the same areas. This is getting to be a broken record. What's that mean for a white Christmas in the Northeast? Well, if you live north of a line from north of Albany, north of Oswego, north of Watertown, north of Boston, north of, say, Worcester, these are the areas that could see a white Christmas. That's it. I'm meteorologist Mark Molnar. Like us on Facebook at MeteoMark, subscribe to us on YouTube, and don't forget to post a question or comment if you so desire. Here's a 4-day forecast for my hometown viewers from Binghamton to Elmira, and all the points in between in the northern tier counties of Pennsylvania.